I think the narrative is beautifully set up, bruv. It is what you would expect of a Marvel supervillain. Like the guy that's like fucking been a part of your company for the whole, like, yeah, bruv, like his send off, you're gonna fucking send him on a suicide mission. I love it, bruv. Fuck, yeah, bruv. Fuck everyone out here, like, looking for Nate Diaz sympathy. Fuck that, bruv. And look, bro, I'm his biggest fan, bruv. And you know that, bro. You know, bro, I was repping Diaz before anyone knew who the fuck Diaz was, bruv. People.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yes, people, another edition of Knightz and Roundtable Discussions. We discuss all sports all the time. Got my guy Tooth in the building. How are you doing, sir?
Yes, bruv. Let's go, man. The fight we're all looking forward to. Do you know what I mean? So I can't wait to get into this one, bruv.
People, you know what time it is. You know I say it all the time. Our Dr. Evil of Dentistry, our MMA connoisseur, Tooth is back in the building, so you know what it is. Fight Talk is back, and we'll be looking ahead to the big card that is UFC 279. It was one of them main events where, bruv, we're just excited. We're just excited because our boy is in it, and we just don't know what. Well, we know what's going to happen, but we hope we don't know what's going to happen. But people, listen, before we start, as usual, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up on the same time, share. We are here. And don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. I don't want to waste any time. UFC
bruv, let me just say this, bruv, yeah? I've just got to say this, bruv, yeah? You remember Gladiator, bro? You remember Joaquin Phoenix, bruv, when he goes like this, and he puts his thumb down, bruv. Yeah. And like, I can't remember, like the fucking lions and the tigers came in to fucking kill Russell Crowe. This is what Dana White is doing to Nate Diaz. I swear to God, that. He's just like, he's got his thumb in the middle, and he's just like, fuck it, feed him to the wolves, bruv. Literally, bruv. And I love it, bruv. I love it. It's not, who said it would be easy, bruv? Who said this shit was fair, bruv?
Listen,
you know what I mean? Fuck it, sacrificing, bruv.
You know? Man said human sacrifice, bruv.
Proper. You know what I mean, bruv? I'm back, bruv. Let's talk that shit, bruv. What we saying?
I'm telling you, bruv, you know, people, you know it. I love it when Tooth and I always link up. It's always great. But yes, UFC 279 taking place this upcoming weekend in Las Vegas. And the main event is a big one. Khamzat Chimaev versus Nate Diaz at welterweight. No belts involved, but nevertheless, it is still a massive fight. Tooth, I don't even know where to start. First of all, as you said, it looks like it's a human sacrifice by Dana White. It could be Nate's last payday as well. But from your perspective, bro, like, what are we to expect from this fight? I know that everyone's just saying Khamzat's just gonna destroy him and he's just gonna maul him and wrestle fuck him and blah blah blah. But there's two guys in this fight. There's two sides to the story. What are we expecting from this main event, bro?
Bruv, shit. Oh, that is a tough one to answer, bruv. Madness will be a good place to start, bruv, because neither of these guys are, neither of these guys are going to go out there with a game plan, I think. I just think they're going to go out there and try to rip each other's heads off. Nate never looked like he ever went into any fight with any sort of game plan. And Khamzat just looks like a fucking total madman, bruv. So, like, it's just going to be like fisticuffs, and then at some point, Khamzat, if he decides to, will take Diaz down and just completely maul him. I don't think Diaz will get a submission. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't got a submission since strangling Conor, which which, you know, history has proven isn't really the most difficult thing to do. And then if Nate has a chance of winning the fight, it's probably the same sort of chance he had of beating McGregor or beating Masvidal or beating Leon, which is getting deep into the later rounds and then trying to pour something on them and then make them wilt or wither, which again, he's never really taken his chance when it came. So he's not a natural born finisher anyway. And he's at the end of his career. I mean, is the motivation there, bro? We all know he's just been begging to get out of his contract. Begging, like he's put it on Twitter. It's been on MMA media for the last like year or so, similar to Francis Ngannou, bro. Is there really any motivation for him to go in there and really fucking win the fight? Do you know what I mean? It is Nate Diaz, bro. It's not George St. Pierre. It's not Mike Nunes. Do you know what I mean? It is Nate Diaz, bro. If he's smoking a joint after the fight, bro, I think that's all he gives a fuck about, bro. Do you know what I mean? So, and also it's not a pay-per-view fight. Do you know what I mean? It's he's not going to be getting that sort of pay-per-view money for this fight, which again goes into the politics. I think this again, bro, like it's hard to look at this fight from a sort of technical point of view, bro, because we haven't seen neither of these guys fight fucking technically, bro. Do you know what I mean? So if you're putting money on this, you're safe putting money on Khamzat, but you're not going to make anything back. Do you know what I mean? You're better off putting money on Nate and just hoping he has a puncher's chance of winning the fight, because that's realistically all he has at winning this. And I think the narrative is beautifully set up, bro. It is what you would expect of a Marvel supervillain. Like the guy that's like fucking been a part of your company for the whole, like, yeah, bro, like to his send off, you're gonna fucking send him on a suicide mission. I love it, bro. Fuck, yeah, bro. Fuck everyone out here, like looking for Nate Diaz sympathy. Fuck that, bro. And look, bro, I'm his biggest fan, bro. And you know that, bro. You know, bro, I was repping Diaz before anyone knew who the fuck Diaz was, bro. People were calling me and my brother the Diaz brothers, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That's how tight it was, bro. Like, I have a fucking affinity to this Diaz shit, bro. But at the same time, I'm like, no, bro, I'm happy. I'm happy they're giving him Khamzat, bro. I'm happy, bro. If you were a company man, that will be the most OG way to like send this guy off, bro. Yeah, give him the hardest, most impossible fight there is. All right, with the least amount of risk attached to you on the back end of the deal. And by that, I mean, if you put Nate up against someone that he can win against, like, you know, you're trying to send him off with roses and shit. Bro, this guy is going to take that momentum, go to whatever company he goes off to next, and just make a shit ton of money off of everything that you built him up to be in a certain way. Do you know what I mean? To a certain extent. So no, fuck that, bro. I want him to have the most embarrassing loss there is. I want him to be humiliated publicly to the point where no one even fucking pays attention to him after he leaves the company. So shout out Dana White, bruv, man. Look, bruv, he will kill every single fucking Marvel villain out there, bruv. You got to fucking shout out Dana White for that, bruv. But yeah, man.
Listen, I hear you, man. I hear you, bruv. Right? See, this is why we call it Dr. Evil people. Like, he really doesn't care. He couldn't care less. And Nate Diaz is this guy's sort of boy, as he said. But Tooth, look, when we look at it, everything points to Khamzat. Obviously, Khamzat.
Sorry, bro.
No, all good, bro. Khamzat undefeated in the UFC. I don't think he's lost since he started his MMA career. Obviously, he's the guy that's being spoken about to fight. Wait. That's Leon Edwards, is it? Leon Edwards, yeah.
Welterweight,
right?
Yeah. 175.
Yeah. And then you've got, on the other hand, you've got Nate Diaz, who, legend in the sport. Obviously, he's on his last legs, lost 3 of the last 4 fights, that he's been involved in. Obviously, his last win was against Pettis, I think, if my memory serves me right. But obviously lost to Conor in the rematch, lost to Jorge, and lost to Leon Edwards as well. So when you look at it, it is literally lamb to a slaughter. In saying that, let's try and make a case for Nate, because if we go back to the Conor, everyone thought Conor was going to win the fight. Nate took it on short notice, bro. Nate came out and he won it. He caused Leon a little bit of a problem towards the end of the fight when it got into the 5th round. So he still got a bit about him. And then when we look at Khamzat's last fight against Gilbert Burns, everyone thought, yep, this should be light work for Khamzat. It turned out not to be. Gilbert Burns drew him into a war. So if Nate can draw Khamzat into a war, but also take it into the deep rounds, does that give him a chance? And if so, how? Like, how? What's it? Because we know we can't wrestle him. So does Nate have to keep a stand up in order to win this fight late, deep in the rounds?
Yeah, absolutely, man. If there's any chance of Nate winning this fight, it has to be striking, bro. Which again, I don't see him winning that way, bro. I don't see him winning the decision. I don't see him submitting Khamzat. And I don't see him knocking Khamzat out, bro. But if he was to, it would have to be in the striking department, because that's where he had his success against McGregor. That's where, even though he submitted McGregor the first time, it was his striking. But speaking of McGregor, remember, McGregor moved up 2 weight classes to take that fight on short notice as well. Do you know what I mean? So that first fight, like, I'm not trying to give him any excuses, but it is what it is. Like, that's what happened. Do you know what I mean? And when you factor those things, it can significantly change the outcomes, the odds of a fight. So, but then when he fought Pettis, I don't think he fought him at welterweight. I think he fought him at lightweight at 155. And again, he just smothered Pettis, just completely smothered Pettis. And by that point, Pettis was sort of going on like a journeyman sort of run. Do you know what I mean? 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win, 1 loss kind of thing. And he was also in that Nate Diaz space where, look, man, you're just a legend. You're riding out your contract. We don't really give a fuck if you win or lose. You're just one of those names that when we stick to a card, you're going to draw seats.
Yeah, of course.
And then we move on to the Jorge fight. Again, he was getting battered that fight. If not, he could have got finished in the first round where Jorge kicked him in the face. Almost finished him. But somehow, with his zombie-like fucking powers, bruv, he managed to, you know, get through to the 4th round, barely. And then we started seeing towards the end, whatever that round was, we started seeing glimmers of, like, Diaz coming back into it. And then again, similarly with Leon. Leon was completely peppering him, had total control over him until that final round where Nate got 1 punch in and then fucking decided to point at him for the rest of the round. You know what I mean? So, again, yeah, he has moments in a fight, but against someone like Khamzat, will he even have that moment? Because Khamzat poses a complete different threat to any of those guys. Khamzat will fucking beat all those guys in one night, bro. Maybe not Leon. Maybe not, because I was nah. For real. But the rest of them, for real. The rest of them, like Conor, Colby. That would be an interesting fight, bro. That would be, but I would still go for Khamzat right now. I would still go for Khamzat, bro.
Yeah.
Khamzat's hungry, bro. You have to understand, bro. This is a kid who's just come into the game, taking it by storm, and doesn't give a fuck about nothing other than bloodshed. Like, he doesn't care, bro. He does not care about nothing other than bloodshed. That whole Darren Till thing he's got going on, bro. You can tell Darren Till is just riding off his coattails. Khamzat does not give a flying fuck about Darren Till. You can see it in the videos. He doesn't like. You can tell, bro. He doesn't care about what Darren Till's just using him because he sees Khamzat is on the up, bro. You know what I mean? Khamzat is on the up, and he's undefeated. He's Dagestani. He's got an Amish beard. All of those mean fucking murder, bro. Do you know what I mean? You add all those three things. Like if you see a dude like that on road with cauliflower ears, you're dead, bruv. You're finished. You're done out here. And that's what I mean, bruv. That's the vibes I'm getting off Khamzat. No matter who they put in front of him, I would still pick him, bruv. Simply because, like, you know what you're going to get with him. He's an animal. He's a beast.
So in saying that too, because like obviously we're not really giving Nate a chance, but I think the options for Nate are survive, drag it deep, try and do what Gilbert Burns did and try and draw Khamzat into a war and get him off his game plan, even though, as you say, maybe he doesn't even go in there with a game plan, but he clearly does because his corner were going ballistic at him in the Gilbert Burns fight. For what he was doing. But
let me ask you this, bro. Do you think the Gilbert Burns fight was a good marker for how we should rate Khamzat right now? Because a lot of people did use, like, do you know what I mean? They used the Gilbert Burns fight to just be like, the verdict is out on this guy. Do you get what I mean?
No, I wouldn't. And the reason why I say I wouldn't is because I think it was one of those experience fights. I think that Khamzat hadn't experienced anything like it before, and it was a little bit of naivety. He went in there, thought he was going to win. Burns showed him something a little bit different, and Khamzat just got drawn in, and it was a little bit of inexperience and naivety on his part. I think on a different day, he finishes him. But I think it was a good thing for Khamzat because he now knows that people are going to try and draw him into things that he shouldn't get drawn into. And he now realizes that, hey, I can't be getting into these sort of wars with these guys because either they could get a lucky punch and knock him out.
And Gilbert is a way better fight like right now, and even probably throughout his career than Nate is. Gilbert is top level shit, bruv. He's like.
But this is the thing. This is why when people are like, "Oh, he should win it easy," I think we did do a preview, and I think we both said the same thing. We're like, Burns, we expect Khamzat to win, but it was a case of like, Burns is a good test. It's his first big test, and yes, he passed it, but it was an experience for him. And I think that in this fight, I don't think Nate will be able to draw him into anything. I think that Khamzat will stick to the game plan. And then when Khamzat, I think initially Khamzat will want to stand up and say, yo, I'm going to see if I can try and stop you with your hands, because this is the thing that you're known for. Like, you're there sparring with Andre Ward and all these things.
That you're a zombie. You're a zombie. Yeah. Nate is a fucking zombie. Now, the thing is, bruv, with Khamzat, bruv, I'm actually happy, bruv, he's taken the Nate fight, because you know why, bruv? I think this will be a good marker to judge him. I'll tell you why, bruv. He took the harder fight first, bro. He took the Gilbert Burns fight first. Now he's taken a step down in competition. This is where I'm actually going to be like, all right, I'm going to be watching you closely now, because you can be forgiven for a lot of the mistakes that you made in the Burns fight. Like you said, inexperience, hype, naivety, age, all of that shit played a factor into it. But now you're taking a step down in competition, but you're still like, you still remain in that top level. Like, if you beat this guy, very likely your next fight or your fight after that will be for the title. Do you know what I mean? So now this fight, I will be regarding the Diaz fight as a marker to really see, like, all right, where's the verdict on this guy? Because I would have seen enough of him and against enough competition to start, placing him where I believe he will rank amongst all the other competitors in that division. But at the moment, like I said, it doesn't look like Nate stands a very thin chance, bro. And you know what? It would be amazing if he won, bro, because it will flip the narrative so madly, bro. It will fucking, bro. Dana White might jump off a bridge if fucking Diaz wins, bro.
Can you imagine?
Bro, that is his golden boy. Do you know what I mean? That's his cash cow. That's his future GOAT. Khamzat. And Diaz on his way out just finished Khamzat and was like, peace, I'm gonna go fight.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I'm gonna go fight TJ's favorite fighter, bro. Nate Diaz gets on the mic and he's gonna be like, I'm gonna fight TJ's favorite fighter, bro. I'm gonna fight the Island Boys in Madison Square Garden. Do you know? No, I'm gonna fight Jake Paul. Do you know what I mean? Shit, that's what's gonna happen, bro. That's what Diaz essentially wants to move on to. I think he's made that very clear. Like after this UFC shit, he's gonna go fight one of those dudes. But,
I hear it. I hear it. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, but if he wins, just imagine the platform he would have for setting something like that up. He would be the A side.
100%. 100%. And bruv, Nate, right? Nate winning is something I haven't thought of, bro. Nate winning is something I haven't thought of because it would be the biggest 2 middle fingers up to Dana, bruv. Like literally be like, bruv, could you imagine the scenes from the fans if Nate was to stop Khamzat, bruv? Oh my days, bruv. And then he's just like, yeah, fuck it. I'm going over to Bellator or some shit, bruv. Could you imagine?
Trust me, bruv. It will be mad. It will be mad, bruv. And that's the thing. It's a fight, bruv. It can happen. But, you know, we don't live in fucking, we don't live in cuckoo world, bruv. Do you know what I mean? We live like, we do factor in shit that does, you know, determine an outcome of a fucking fight, bruv. And a lot of things do, bruv. And in this fight, all the factors lean heavily towards Khamzat, bro. He's got everything on his side, bro. And this is why I'm saying, like, this will be a good, for me personally, at this stage, it will be a good marker to see where he stands in that division. Because obviously the competition will be weak. We all expect him to go out there and slaughter this guy. But at the end of the day, we don't judge a punching bag. If you're that good, you're that fucking good. Like, there's levels to this shit. And that's what I'm expecting him to go out and show. Is like, yeah, against Gilbert, he had some mistakes. Rectified, came back and reminded everyone why he's on a completely different fucking level than everyone else out there, bro. And then hopefully a Colby fight or a title fight, I'll be satisfied with either or. With Nate, if he wins, I expect him fully to bounce and then just use that platform to do what he wants. But what I'm hoping for is that he just re-signs with the UFC and just like, which will never happen, bro. But you get me, bro. But what's your take on it, bro?
Look, I see it as it should be an easy night's work for Khamzat. I think Nate will entertain us for a few rounds, and then Khamzat will just be like, all right, fuck this shit. And I'm just going to take you down, wrestle you, ground and pound, do whatever I want, ragdoll, on some Khabib shit, and just be like, yeah, cool, all right, cool. I'm done with this, and move on to the next one. I think if Khamzat were to look bad, and this were to go to a decision, I think big questions will be asked, and I think that title shot will definitely get put on the back burner if he doesn't look good coming out of this fight, because he can't afford for this fight to go 5 rounds. He can't, unless Nate obviously does his like zombie like shit, and bruv, like Khamzat's hitting him with like stones and rocks and shit, and he's still coming back from the dead. Like unless that happens. Man said he's gonna hit him with the same rocks that a Palestinian kid uses, bro. Listen, no, for real, bro. I agree, bro. I agree. I think if Khamzat has to resort to that, then it won't look good on him, bro. It won't look good on him. There's a certain expectation for him in this fight, and I agree. 100. So on that note too, where you going? What's happening? How is this fight finishing, bro? Like, what are you telling me?
Bro, round 5, last minute, flying triangle choke off the cage, Nate Diaz. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm putting the fucking house on, bro. At me. After all that shit I spoke as well, bro. After all that shit I spoke. No, bro, listen. Real talk. I think we're going to have a very similar fight to the one that Leon had with Nate, I think it's going to be a very similar fight. I think for the most part, Khamzat is going to be Khamzat. He's going to control him completely, just remind everyone what level he's on. But then I think there's going to be parts in that fight where obviously he has to preserve energy and take a step back. And in those moments, I feel like Nate will have, you know, his shine, bro, and do what Nate does. Apply some relentless pressure, get a few good dirty boxing shots in, do you know what I mean? And just put that pressure on. But I don't think it will be enough, bro. I just do not think it will be enough. And I think Khamzat should finish him quite easily, early as well, I think. Early. Like, real
When you say first round?
Bro, early. I don't give a fuck if it takes up to 3. But if this guy is a wolf, if this guy is a Dagestani with an Amish beard and cauliflower ears, there's a certain expectation I have. He's undefeated. Do you know what I mean? I'm expecting him to go in there and fucking put Diaz's head on a spear, bro, like within the first couple rounds. That's what I'm expecting of this guy, bro. Anything less, I would be reserving judgment, bro. Do you know what I mean? But even if he does win, and Diaz has his few moments in there, I wouldn't write him off completely, bro. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I've got a feeling like these two guys are cut from the same cloth, and they're really gonna go out there and put on a show. Do you know what I mean? They're really gonna get, like, they're warriors, bro. You know, they're not athletes, bro. They're fucking, they will die in there. Both of these guys. If you know anything about these guys, you could tell, like, they're real ready born fighters, bruv. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a mad one. It's gonna be a mad one. What's your take, bruv? I know you bruv, you're gonna have a very interesting take, bruv.
No, it's just similar. I expect Khamzat to go out there and do what he needs to do. I think Nate is gonna catch him a couple of times, but I don't think it's really going to be effective. I think Nate's going to enjoy himself in his last fight. I expect Khamzat in the first 10 seconds to literally run at him and take him down. But I think Nate will get up. I think Nate will have a few moments. And then in the third round, I expect Khamzat to take him down again and finish the fight. Get a stoppage, because I can't see how Khamzat can let this fight go past 3 rounds. I'm the same as you. If Nate gets to the 4th and 5th round and it's still going on, question marks will have to be asked about Khamzat, bro. Simple as. And yeah, that
what are you saying? Submission, yeah? Are you saying Khamzat's gonna go out there and submit?
Ground and pound.
Nah, you said submission, bro.
Nah. I can't see Nate getting subbed. Has he been subbed? When was the last time Nate was subbed?
No.
He's never been subbed.
No, maybe once. I know he's been knocked out once, and that was by head kick by Josh Thompson, bro. But I don't think he's been subbed. If he has, maybe once. But nah, bro. He's known for his jiu-jitsu, innit, bro? But he's never really displayed that. He's more, like I said, he's more of like this unrelenting kind of moving forward zombie kind of guy, bro. Just a brawler, innit, bro? But yeah.
I hear it.
Who else is on the card, bro? Do we even give a fuck?
I was just going to say, I was like, people will find out who wins Khamzat and Nate Diaz. And bro, listen, on the bro, I'm not even calling it a co-main event, but the fight before that fight is, bruv, your boy Tony Ferguson is back fighting again, bruv, against Liang.
All right, bruv. What's it? Thanks for tuning in. That's all, folks. Do you know what I mean? It's that time in the poddy where we just zone out. Do you know what I mean?
Literally, I was just like, bro, this is why I said to you, we are gonna get into what happened over the weekend. But I was just like, bro, like, honestly, like, first of all, I was like, when I looked, I had to double take Tony fighting again. Why? Truth, why does he keep doing this, bro? Like, he's done.
Yeah, he is,
just
bro.
retire.
He is, bro. But, you know, man, then apparently the UFC don't pay these guys, bro. So Tony's still got to keep making those checks, bro. But apparently he moved camps now. Not apparently, but he's moved camps now, confirmed by himself. He's gone to American Top Team, I think. Not American Top, what's it? Winklejohn, and the one that John Jones trains is at in Albuquerque. I think he's gone there. And for a very long time, he's been training by himself. You know, he's not really been a part of the gym. He's not sparred, so he's not had sparring partners. Do you know what I mean? He's just been doing his own thing in Big Bear, California, which is renowned for altitude and where a lot of boxers actually train.
Go,
Exactly. Gennady Golovkin trained up there with Abel Sanchez. His team is out there, so it's a very renowned area. It's an ideal training location. A lot of guys go up there to train for cardio and shit like that. So he used to train up there by himself, but now we've moved to an actual MMA gym, you know, a proper gym with a world-renowned coach where they train, you know, conventionally, like normal shit, bruv. None of this fucking yoga, meditation, whatever the fuck Tony Ferguson was doing, bruv. But shout out to El Kukui, bruv, because whatever he done, bruv, he won our hearts over, bruv, with his just Mexican style of MMA, bruv. Just fuck it, bruv. Just like this is what I like to see, bruv. Like Weatherspoon's level fighting, bruv. Just go out there and just fucking try slaughter the guy. Like sometimes senseless violence, bruv, is just a beautiful thing, bro. And that's what he provides, bro. So that's why he's still fighting, bro, because he can still draw a crowd.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you've got another knucklehead on the card like Nate Diaz as well. So it is what it is. Like,
but Nate's Nate, Tony, he's on a 4-fight losing streak, bruv. And it's not a case of UDs, bruv. Like, obviously, we saw what happened to him against Chandler. That should have been it. That should have been it, bro. Like,
he was doing all right. He was doing all right in that fight until he got sparked, bro. That's the thing. Like, this whole skid started when he lost to Gaethje. Then he lost to Oliveira, I think it was. No, he lost to someone before Oliveira.
No, it was Gaethje, Oliveira. Then it was Beneil. Then it was Chandler.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. So he's been on a 4-fight win streak. All of those guys are in and around the title or have fought for the title.
Yeah.
Or are ex-champions, whether with the UFC or elsewhere. So he's fought pretty much the fucking murderer's row of that division. Now he's fighting Li Jingyang, who's a good guy. He's a decent guy, but not very high hopes for him. Do you know what I mean?
Well, this. I think this is Tony's. I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong, because this is a welterweight fight.
Yeah, so he's moved up. Yeah, he's moved up to 175. And fair play to him, bruv. He's at that tail end of his career. He can't make the 155 weight limit no more. So probably best for him to move up and just give it a go. And bro, this is what you see with fighters when they're on their way out, bruv. Do you know what I mean? This is what you see with fighters on their way out. They usually move up in weight or down in weight, or, you know, do something like that to sort of press the reset button, but it doesn't really do much. Do you get what I mean?
Bro,
bro, Father Time is undisputed, isn't it, bro?
Oh yeah, of course, bro. And this is what I'm saying. I think, bro, like you got to think about your health, bro. And I know you said these guys are killers and all they know is fighting, but bro, like, you got to think about your health. And like Tony's a madman, and we understand that. And obviously, throughout the years, the MMA community has loved it. But I said, bro, when it's your time, bro. So I've been saying it. I think this is like the 3rd podcast in a row. Anytime Tony's fought, I said this must be the last one, bro.
Bro, it's not only Tony, bro. I hope the UFC never hire you to replace Dana White, bro, because you will be handing out. Bro, you will be handing out P45s, P46s, P47s to everyone. Bro, anyone over the age of 27, you're done. You're finished. It's all right.
Bro, it's not even, but you know what it is? It's the age, like, look, when you're in your late 30s, bro, like, bro, just give it up. just give it up. Like, don't get me wrong. If you're in your late 30s and like the DCs of this world and you're still on top, then fair enough. But bro, you've lost 4 in a row, fam. Like, bro, you got to start thinking about other things besides the sport. But as you say, man, them got bills to pay in it. So, and you know the UFC ain't paying the money, so it is what it is. I don't know who else on the card. I think the only person on the card that I know is Kevin Holland. He's fighting at a catchweight. I can't remember who he's fighting, but yeah. Apart from that, yeah, the card. People were here for Nate. It's literally Khamzat and Nate. That's what we're here for.
That's all it is.
And for anything else. But just quickly, let's talk about the UFC card that just took place in Paris, bro. Because that's what I'm saying to you. I was like, I understand like the main event. Obviously, people, if you haven't seen it, it was Gane versus, to say his name, I don't have to say it.
Cyril Gane versus Taito Iwaza.
Yeah, and, that guy.
Yeah, co-main event was Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold.
What?
And then the co-main event.
Nah, it was Vettori and Whitaker.
Oh yeah, Vettori and Whitaker, and then the fight before that. So the mid-card fight was Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold. But
was it wait, Costa and Rockhold, wasn't that 278?
Was that 278?
Yeah, it was 278.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. You're right. No, there was another banging fight on that Paris card as well, bro. I can't remember who it was. The mid-card fight.
I can't remember, but that's what I was saying to you in the group chat. I was like, bro, Whitaker and Vettori could have easily been on 279. I get why Gane was on the Paris card because obviously he's French. Obviously, as you let me know, like,
bro,
like
sorry, my bad. It just came to my head now, bro. It was Joaquin Buckley and Imamov, I think his name was, the Russian guy. That was the mid-card fight in Paris. Bro, yeah, man. The Whitaker fight could have easily been on one of the pay-per-view cards or even 279. Yeah, man. But the thing is, that fight got cancelled so many times, bro. And, you know, Whitaker's at that stage in his career where, bro, anything can fucking injure him, bro. Do you know what I mean? So, playing video games...
Man said if he stares at the sun too much.
Trust me, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of them ones, bro. So that fight got... I think... I could be wrong, but I definitely know it got postponed once, but it may have even gotten postponed twice because of Whitaker's injuries. So anyway, they put it on the France card. And again, I can understand why they've done it on the France card because it's their first time in France. Do you know what I mean? Paris has been banned in, MMA has been banned in France for a very long time. And in Paris last year, the first Bellator event was ever held, the first MMA event. And this was during lockdown as well. So I don't think there was a crowd or anything. But so the UFC went there and they wanted to put on a big show. They really wanted to put on a big show. So they put on obviously Cyril Gane, who's a French fighter, heavyweight, ex-title challenger, and a very likable guy as well, big following in France, against Taito Iwaza, who's also a guy that he's very likable. He's a character in the heavyweight division. There's not a lot of characters up there. Do you know what I mean? He's one of the very more likable guys who's got a following. And it's a shame that they put these two up against each other because I felt like they could have given Gane someone else to fight without having to compromise to Iwaza's sort of run at the moment. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it made sense because obviously Stipe's out of action.
Yeah.
Yes, they could have probably given him someone lower down on the in the rankings, but I think it was the right one. But obviously, it then compromised. I'm not gonna try and say his name because I can't say it. But
Tui Iwaza,
yeah, that guy. But nah, nonetheless, bro, it was a brilliant fight.
Hey man, this is why. Listen, man, this is why body shots are. Do you know what I mean? They're effective, bro. Kicks to the body, they're effective, bro. The guy had no defense for it, bro. And I can't blame him, bro. Like, I would be a fish out of water as well if someone was kicking my body like that, bro. Gane was kicking his body like on some Karate Kid level, bro. Mr. Miyagi shit, bro. And this guy is like easily over 250 pounds. Easily. And he's doing some butterfly kicks and shit. Ballet, bro. Do you know what I mean? Straight up, bro. But yeah, man. Then he finished them off with the punches, innit, bro? And It was
Yeah,
nasty.
he caught him. Those body shots were awful. But the thing is, the body shots were a response to my man knocking Cyril Gane down, bro. He stunned him, stunned him a couple of times. Like, I was concerned. I was like, bro, Gane, you're going to lose in your country? Like, yo, that's not how this works, bro. But
no,
because that was the second round, didn't it?
Yeah, bro. He got clipped, didn't it, bro? It had me worried as well, bro. The thing is, bro, he got like it. The way he recovered, you got to rate him, bro, because I thought he was going to be a little bit more dizzy for the rest of the round.
Yeah.
Because Tuivasa has done that to other people, bro, and he's finished them in his last few fights. Like, you know, he's clipped someone and then he's gone in and ended the fight. He is a finisher.
Because who did he fight last? Did he fight? Was it Derek Lewis that he fought? Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, and he knocked him out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. Tuivasa, he doesn't have much in his arsenal, bro. That's the only thing he has, his punches. So if you play into that, you know, you're going to lose most likely, because that's where that's where he has everything. That's where he's at his best, bruv. He has nothing. He can't kick, he can't grapple, he can't submit, he can't wrestle, he can't do fucking nothing else other than punch. So Cyril was, you know, he got caught a few times, but he recovered well and he knew exactly what he had to do to finish it. And then he did, man. And again, Cyril just reminded everyone that he's still one of the top guys, bro. He's still up there. Sooner or later, he will be getting another title shot.
Well, we don't know what's happening with the title shot at the moment. Obviously, Ngannou is got politics with Dana. Then we've got the rumors too. Nothing has been confirmed that at 280 or 281 could possibly have the return of Bones and Stipe. We got fingers crossed for that one. So Gane right now is kind of in limbo. We don't really know what's going to happen too tough with him. And then when we look at Whittaker and Vettori, not as exciting, but a good fight nonetheless. Whittaker coming out on top. What happens with Whittaker now, though? Because obviously it looks like Usman and Leon will... No, wait, Whittaker, no. Whittaker's Izzy. So you got Izzy and... What's my man's name? Oh,
Pereira.
Yeah, they're going to fight. So obviously then Whittaker's next in line. So he might be out for... He might just wait for the winner of that fight and then fight, or he could fight again. It's all a bit up in the air with these two weight classes at the moment because there's other fights that need to take place. So it's a wait and see thing.
Oh yeah, for Whittaker, he's in the same space where he was after he lost the first fight to Adesanya, where it's like you're in this weird space. You were a champion for a very long time, and now you've just been knocked off your perch by someone who's just on a different level. What do you do? And he done what he done best. It's like they lined them up and he beat all of them. He beat Darren Till. He beat a few other guys. I think he beat Jared Cannonier. Yeah, he did. He beat Jared Cannonier. I think he beat one more person as well. And then they put Izzy back. Like, you couldn't deny him. There was no one else. And at the same time, Izzy was lapping the division. So I think Whittaker's in the same space now. All he has to do is just whoever they put in front of him beat. But even that, will that warrant a title shot immediately? We'll see, man. That division is looking very light at the moment. So light that they had to fast track Pereira up to a title shot. Yeah, man. It's going to be a mad one, isn't it? We'll see. But there's no shortage. There's no shortage of contenders in that division, man. There's obviously Sean Strickland's out there still. Pereira's in there. And then obviously Jared Cannonier as well. They could easily do a rematch with him just to fill up a card, which I wouldn't be surprised if they do. A lot of rematches will probably go on. Like Darren Till's still in there, Jack Hermansson's in there. So yeah, bro. But it's one of those ones where you're witnessing greatness with Izzy's reign, but it's becoming a bit boring, isn't it, bro? It is becoming a bit boring in that division.
It is, and unfortunately, Izzy's just too good at the moment. So everyone's hoping that Pereira can be the one to take him off his perch. finally, before we go, bro, there's one thing that happened over the weekend that took place. I don't know if many people knew about it, but it was our boy Ortiz versus Andy Ruiz, bruv. And yeah, it was a unanimous decision victory for Andy Ruiz, bruv. Like I think he dropped Ortiz like 3 times, bro.
Yeah,
like, it's a mad one. Did you see it?
Yeah. I caught the highlights. I didn't see it. But it did go the way I expected it to go, man. Like,
really?
You know, bro. Bro. Listen, man. I've rated Andy Ruiz, bro, for a very long time, bro. And this is when he lost to Parker, is when I like sort of took notice of him. But then before he fought AJ, like 3 months before he had a fight. And I never heard of the guy, bro, but I was doing some betting research. So I like looked him up, and then I watched the fight, and I put money on him, and he won. And I was like, bro, that's my new boy. You know what I mean? But then obviously, then he went on his like run with, you know, he beat AJ, got a rematch, lost. So he had his little 15 minutes of fame, innit? But I always knew like he was a good boxer, bro. He was a really good boxer. And I knew this was going to be problematic for Ortiz as well, given his age and like, again, Father Time is undisputed. No matter how good he is, bro. There's like, realistically, bro, only a very handful of people can do it. George Foreman was one, and probably Bernard Hopkins. Definitely Bernard Hopkins.
Oh, yeah.
No one else can do it like they did it, bro.
Nah.
You know what I mean? So, Father Time is undisputed, bruv. And even with those two brothers, it caught up as well, man. So, yeah, this is where we are, bruv. This is where we are. Like, Ortiz is not the same fighter he was when he fought Wilder the first or the second time. He's got a lot of mileage, way too much mileage. And for him, probably, yeah, that the glove should be hung now. And Ruiz caused him all sort of problems from the highlights that I saw. Ortiz did have the same swagger about him. Like, you know, it's a part of his DNA, bruv. He just knows how to slip punches, move. Do you know what I mean? When you're born and raised in that Cuban Olympic Academy, bruv, like, it's just second nature.
Yeah.
But you can tell at the same time, this is a fucking old man, bruv. Glover Teixeira is like, bruv. Glover was watching that fight and like, bruv, yo, you're old. Do you know what I mean? And Glover's got a signed autograph of the fucking Bible, bruv. So like, do you know what I mean? Like, fucking hell, Luis Ortiz must have a pet dinosaur, bro. Like, this is what so like, Ortiz is old, bruv. So
yeah.
And bro, the most wholesome thing about it was, I'm not sure if you caught this, bruv, but Andy Ruiz's dad invited Deontay Wilder into the ring. And you could see, like, the respect, bruv. You could see, like, there wasn't...
He called him out, though. He wants to fight him next. He wants to fight him next.
Yeah. But they rate each other, bruv. They respect... Because I remember when Ruiz was doing the press run to the AJ rematch, he was doing it alongside Wilder, because Wilder was doing some like PBC Fox like analysis shit at the time. And then you could tell when they were in their presence, they weren't buddy, but they were like, you could tell the respect was there. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, bruv, I feel like they will fight, but there won't be like bad blood between them, bruv. It will just be competitive spirit between them.
Now, Ruiz surprised me. He surprised me. Don't get me wrong, I expected to win, but I think it was the manner of how he won, like the knockdowns of Ortiz and that. And I was just like, raw. Like, obviously, he changed his trainer in it. So obviously, he's lost a lot of weight compared to what he looked like before. Was a lot more mobile. He's always had the fast hands. We know that. And he caused Ortiz all sorts of problems. And credit to him for winning, because everyone thought after the AJ loss, he's like, he was going to do Maidana. I got my paycheck, I'm going to bounce. But obviously, he's decided to take it even more seriously. Beating Ruiz, that's a good name to have on it, even though Ruiz is old. Wilder maybe next. I personally don't want that fight. I want to see Wilder and AJ fight next. But if we don't get that, Wilder and Ruiz, it would be a decent fight. But yeah, man, credit to him. And then the other fight, brother, have you seen what your boy Tyson Fury's been doing, bro?
To who? To Deontay?
No. So basically, obviously he said he wants an Usyk fight, calling it Usyk a middleweight and that. But also today he literally said to AJ, "You can have a shot on my belt. Holler at me if you want." Bro, he's just moving shameless, bro. He's moving shameless. But I don't blame him because, bro, no one's gonna beat him. No one's gonna beat him. So I don't blame him for moving shameless, bro. But it's just the way how he done it. I'm just like, he's winding everyone up at the moment. But credit to him, bro. Like, look,
he's trolling hard, isn't it, bro? He's just trolling hard. At this stage, that's all he can do, bro. Like he's milked it, and let him troll, bro. Because realistically, if it's not Usyk, what is he gonna do, bro? WWE, what is he gonna do, bro? But speaking of AJ, bro, they were talking about him on the radio today. They were talking about his next fights and who he may be fighting. It sounded, I can't remember who they said, bro, but I'm sure if we look it up, there'll be some names. It's probably a Matchroom guy.
Well, it's been said that he wants the trilogy fight with Dillian White, the Truce Boy. They want the trilogy fight at the end of the year. So
but why did you say the Truce Boy? Because we know whose boy that really is, bro.
It's the Truce Boy.
Bro, that is your boy.
Bro, that is the Truce Boy, bro. Listen, he rides for Dillian like he rides for Mendy, bro.
Yo, you snuck that in there nicely still, bro. You snuck that in there nice still, bro. I like that. But listen, I ain't co-signing that. For all
hey, it's got nothing to do with me. I'm just, bro.
Mendy and Wendy, bro. Mendy and Wendy, bro. That's them two, bro. They ain't us, bro. Ain't me.
Bro, I'm not co-signing nothing. I ain't got nothing to do with me. People before you try and at me, I ain't involved.
Yo, by the way, yeah, just so we can clear this up for everyone, we're talking about Mendy, the Chelsea goalkeeper, and the West Ham.
Yeah, of course, bro.
VAR and that thing right there, bro.
You know, like that, bro. Ref watching that, you know this already, bro. You know this already.
Trust me. But hey, listen, bro. We'll save the VAR shit for the Prem talk.
Oh yeah. Of course, bro. You know, bro. You know, I'm gonna have to have like my 15-minute segment of everyone asking me why referees are alive and that, bro. But people, listen, that is it from us. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Let us know what you think about Khamzat versus Nate, who you got, who's winning, and why. Can Nate get the victory and to shock the world? And that will be his swan song. Let us know what you think about Tony Ferguson. Is this it now for him? Please let this be it for him. Honestly, let this be it for him. Listen, there's only so much more you can do, bruv. Like, bruv, just hang it up. And I hope this, what is he, Li Jinglia? I hope he wins so that we can see Tony off into the sunset. Let us know what you think about Cyril Gane. Should he be next in line? For the people you can't see him, my tooth is busting up right now. Cyril Gane, let us know you think he's next in line for a title shot. Let us know what you think about Whitaker. Should he be next after the Izzy and Pereira fight? Let us know about Andy Ruiz and Wilder. Is that something that you want to see, or is it Wilder and AJ? Fury, should he be fighting Usyk next? Should it be AJ, or should he just allow it, go over to WWE? We want to hear from you. And as usual, before we go, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up. Say all the time, share. We are here. And don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. I want to say thank you very much, as usual, to my guy, Tooth, for doing this.
As always, bruv. A pleasure.
Exactly, bro. Love it every single time. People coming up, as we said, the Prem 40 Chat Prem show will be coming up later on this week, bruv. You don't want to miss it because we want explanations from the Arsenal fans, because it was Arteta for life, it was trust the process, and now all of a sudden there's a revolt. People are throwing chairs. People are like, they don't trust the process anymore. People are saying that Arteta is worse than Oli. So it's all a bit mad, bro. It's all mad. But people, look forward to that. And obviously we will have Fight Talk again next week for the review of UFC 279. My people, stay safe out there, be safe, and we shall see you very, very soon. Peace.